Hello and welcome to the channel, a vlog series I'm calling the Fat Olympics. The idea is that each episode I'm going to talk to you about how I'm progressing through a series of exercise routines, meal preparations, and habit changes, all in the pursuit of my goal of slimming down to a healthy BMI of 25, which for me is about 190 pounds or 86 kilos. While brainstorming this idea, the advice I got for how to make worthwhile content is to be as authentic as possible. I'm calling this the Fat Olympics to try to do just that. My story might be familiar to you. All my life I have struggled with my weight. I've been to fat camp, been on crash diets, and even been successful in getting myself slimmed down a few times. Recently, however, even before the pandemic started, I found that my weight was starting to spiral back to my heaviest record of 254 pounds from back when I was a teenager. I had a lot of excuses ready. I was traveling for school, I was stressed out because of COVID, but all of it amounted to one inevitable truth. I was eating out of boredom and a lack of self-discipline. I was fat because I was letting my rationalizations get the better of me. Back in the summer, I decided to pick up a goal to motivate myself into becoming thin again. Nothing game-changing, just a couch to 5K to show myself that I had the ability to do something if I set my mind to it. Each week I pushed myself and got to the point that I could jog for 30 minutes straight. All that time outside that I spent running, I would see other people doing the same thing as me. Big people, just like me, were huffing and puffing their way to a healthier life. When I took a step back and I imagined a map of my city with overweight folks scattered around trying to shed their extra pounds, it dawned on me that we were all participating in a grand athletic event I've since called the Fat Olympics. Except instead of competing with each other, we were competing against ourselves, trying to outrun, outlift, and outmaneuver our worst instinct to sit on the couch and stuff our faces with as much food as biology would allow. When I thought about it, the feeling of losing to myself wasn't all that different from when other kids would lab me in gym class or whenever I couldn't fit into something because my body was carrying the extra mass of a small child. But the major difference between the Fat Olympics and the real thing was apparent. I knew that I had no stadium full of people watching, nobody marking my wins and defeats, and so I could quietly fool myself into thinking I was doing just fine. Well, that changes now. Even if my mom ends up being the only person who sees this, there's now a public record of this spectacle. But if you are watching this and you aren't my mom, thank you. It might become obvious to you that I'm not an expert in making content, and I don't want you to think that I expect to make a living out of these videos. I'm doing this for my own accountability and to provide you with some proof that you're not alone in the struggle to be better. Maybe you need a workout partner. Maybe you need someone to make you feel better about your own journey, or maybe you're still on the couch, waiting to see what all the fuss is about. Whoever you are, I will keep posting as long as I see this struggle towards my goal continue. Who knows, maybe you'll pick up some ideas along the way. I promise to never try to push any pseudoscience on you, fad diets, or anything like that. If you find yourself inclined to keep up to date on my progress, then subscribe to the channel. If you think it's worthy of others, share it. But if you want to pop in and see how I'm doing, that's just fine. I'll be here chugging along all the same. Thanks for being a fellow Fat Olympian this week, and let's keep chasing that gold.